Hello, everybody. Good evening. I am here with Sherri, and Sherri is in her car because she is a mom. And this is where she could get away to be able to do the video tonight. And can I say, how many moms can relate, right? And I was telling her, I was like, well, the video is probably only going to be 10 minutes or so. And she's like, well, I might just be here for an hour after the video anyway, because this is where moms get our work done. We go escape to our vehicles sometimes, drive to another location and just sit there, because I have done that too. There's like the bathroom with a locked door, but then you still have the yelling and whatever, and sliding things under the door, right? That happen in that case. But then if you get in a vehicle and go somewhere else, that's what we're dealing with here. So, so everybody, this is Sherri, and we're just going to talk about, oh gosh, sorry, my device is wanting to sync up right now because I'm trying to charge it. There we go. Now we're good. Sherri, we are talking about 20 and 30 the oily way right now. Okay. So, the doors open again on Sunday. So I know that there are a lot of people on the waiting list right now that are just like clamoring to get in to get the content. So Sherri, you have done Go for Gold. So the difference between before Go for Gold and after you took Go for Gold, what would you say, like, how helpful was that in your business first? And then we'll move into 20 and 30. Oh man, I can't hear you. Why can I not hear you? Oh, hang on just a second, because you're muted. Oh, there we go.
Am I unmuted now?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Go ahead.
So I was saying that I think that Go for Gold was the best possible foundation. I think that 20 and 30 can totally be done without having Go for Gold, but I don't know if my phone rang there, so I don't know if I lost you, but here I am. I don't think you need to have done Go for Gold to start 20 and 30, but you are going to, in order to make the most of it, you kind of start having to build the Go for Gold stuff into what you're doing. Because if you don't have the lead groups established, if you don't kind of have your target market identified and what your unique branding is going to be, what you're going to bring to the table that's different from everybody else, it's kind of hard to explain that to these prospects. But you don't have to have it established so much as you have to have thought about it. So I think you can totally do 20 and 30 without Go for Gold, but having Go for Gold as a foundation just made it that much easier to plug people in.
Yes, exactly. Because what 20 and 30, for those of you that don't know what 20 and 30 is, it's recruiting 20 business builders in 30 days. It's not just signing up 20 people in 30 days. It's been watered down, and I feel like there's been a game of telephone going on throughout the whole network marketing industry, that 20 and 30 is signing up 20 people in 30 days. That is not what it is. It's recruiting 20 builders in 30 days. So, and what she was referring to was like your bat signal and stuff, being able to bring people into your organization that are going to work well in your organization, right? And that you quite frankly want to work with, right? Because you can easily, if you put the message out for just anybody, you can easily accidentally bring in people that aren't necessarily going to be fun for you to work with, because you don't share the same values, the same goals, and the same heart about different concepts, right? And then all of a sudden they're on your team. And you're like, well, okay, so you're there. But it's hard to coach somebody when you don't share the same, the shame goals and things like that. But okay, cool. So whenever you took 20 and 30, how has that changed your business, or your how you intentionally build your business, I guess, would be because builders build, right?
So I think that we're all, really familiar with the poverty mindset when it comes to selling the oils. And I feel like what this made me realize is that I've had a poverty mindset about builders. Um,
Ooh.
like that I felt like if I hadn't achieved a certain level of success, if I wasn't making a certain paycheck, that I couldn't testify to other people about the business. I couldn't share the opportunity, or I thought, well, this person doesn't have the time, or this person doesn't have the money to invest, or this, like I was making a decision for other people
Yeah.
about whether or not the business was for them. And that's not my role. That's not my, like, I was withholding an amazing opportunity from other people because I was making decisions for them about their life. And
Man.
this kind of blew that up.
Man, right? That's one of the biggest things, you guys. I kind of get on a soapbox, I think once or twice about that, inside the modules of 20 and 30. You guys know any course that you ever get from me, I'm bound to have at least one soapbox in. But that is one of the things, and it's everything anchors back into Gary's vision of oils in every home. How do we think we're going to get oils in every home if we can't bring in builders that can help us run, right? Because we're not going to do it by ourselves. And then also, we can't decide for people, like what she just said. We can't decide for people if it is for them or not, because what we see in their life is only the tip of the iceberg, right? They may have big financial issues happening in their family or in their lives that they need help with, and we have the answer. But if we just decide that it's not for them, then they don't get to be blessed by that, right? They don't get to be helped out by that. And quite frankly, pretty much anybody can do this system. So when you have a system that is truly duplicatable, pretty much anybody can do it. So you're really just saying, like, so I have this thing that is, that I know how to do, and I'm making money off of it, but I don't think that you'll be able to make money off of it. And like, we just don't have that right? Like, we just don't have the right to be able to, or to say that in the first place.
Well, and I think the other piece that had been missing for me, I've actually been in the business for 5.5 years, and I was gold for 2 years, and then have slid back to silver. And a lot of what it was for me is that community energy had died away. And getting into your program and feeling that sense of community, like it just renewed that spark for me. It made it fun again. And it reminded me that even those people who I think she doesn't really need the money, so she's not going to be interested in this. Some of us are just lonely at home. Like, I just retired after 20 years in the Army.
Oh,
And so I had a
wow.
full-time job, and I was a lieutenant colonel, and I flew helicopters. So it's like I had excitement and I had a community, and I lost that when I retired. And this reminded me that this could be my community, just people chasing dreams together and being excited together. It's not always about the paycheck. Sometimes it's about having a purpose and giving a purpose to another person to let them run for it. Like, they may not need the money, but they know people who do, and helping other people chase their dreams, like, that gives me purpose and meaning.
Oh my word. First of all, thank you for your service. Um, that's I I got nothing. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Some people come for the money. That's another thing that I talk about in there. Some people come in for the money. Some people come in for the product. And then I should have a third hand if I had it. I'll just do it with my face. And then a third person, thank you, third hand over there, is that some people come in for the community, right? Some people come in because they want that sisterhood. They want that family feeling. They want that. That's People stay for the community. Sometimes people start with the product and they stay for the community. They stay for the product too, but the product, once the product starts working, you forget about the problems that you had before the product started working. So then, like, there's a whole thing with that. So then they stay actually for the community. They would still use the product, of course, but the community is what actually drives things more. And I love that you stated that, because that really is it. And then if you can accidentally fall into some money, I mean, that ain't a bad thing either. that ain't a bad thing. And I love that you're retired and we're doing this. What would you say to somebody that is, wait, let me go through these comments here real quick. Lori, oh yikes, I need to get moving on bring on the builders first. Yeah, do that. Laura said, absolutely. Bronwyn, I can relate to that mindset. Sarah, forget lifestyle of the rich and famous. Soapboxes of network marketers and business analysts. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Lori, thank you for your service. Rita, oh, community, I need that too. Sarah, I'll just use my face. OMG, Martha. Yeah. If it works, it works. But what would you say to somebody who is, who's thinking about doing it, but is on the fence about it? What would you say to somebody that is there?
So I actually have, I talked a couple of friends into doing this with me.
Oh,
so
cool.
I think what it was, so in my circle, we are all people who've been doing this business for 4 or more years. Mm-hmm. And most of us, actually most of the ones that I'm running with in this group have been or are currently golds, but we've been stuck. Yeah. Which I understand is 100% is a mindset that we have to overcome, but we lost our excitement. And so I was like, listen, we've tried it this way for 2 years, for 4 years, for 5 years, and we're not moving. We have to try something else. And the price of this is just so incredibly reasonable that it's ridiculous. What do you have to lose? And every single one that joined in was like, this is the energy I've been looking for. This is the energy that has died off, because most of us joined in 2014 and we are part of the same, downline where we were in that period of time where Young Living grew from 5 Royal Crown Diamonds to 43 Royal Crown Diamonds in a 2.5-year period. Most of those having been people who joined in that 2.5-year period. So wow. We've been referring to them as unicorns, but they're not. They didn't have to be. We got stuck thinking we had to do it the way they were doing it. And when it stopped working for us, we thought it was us, but it wasn't. We failed to adapt as the environment changed, and we let our own spark die. And getting back plugged into this group, that's what we got back.
That was awesome. They're not unicorns. They didn't have to be. You guys, when an economy is going well, when a business vertical, and I'm talking business here, when a vertical is hitting, the people that are successful in that vertical would be successful anyway. Like, it's not hard to be successful in a vertical that is hitting, right? What's hard is to be successful when there's a retraction, whenever or a contract, I don't know, whatever. Whenever it's contracting, whenever you have people that are where it feels oversaturated, you have a lot of competition. Whenever that happens and you still can shoot to the top, those are people that you need to learn their strategies. You don't work on learning the strategies of somebody that was, God bless them, in the right place at the right time, right? And there's nothing wrong with them, and I'm not taking away from their win. There's something, they still won. God bless them, they still won. But let's not focus on their strategies, because it didn't take an amazing strategy to get there. It took being there to get there, right? I'm so glad that you nailed saying that. I've been trying to say that for like months now. And that's why I just hyperventilated and then had to just feverishly write in a notebook that you can't read anything in. But that was amazing. And this is what is finally giving you guys the energy that you actually needed from the beginning, and giving you a strategy that you're able to implement, that you guys, like, 20 and 30, I'm not going to kid you. I'm not going to play around with you and act like it's easy. It's not easy. It's not, and it's not supposed to be easy. It's simple. it's a, just like any of my systems, a 1, 2, 3, 4, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. You are going to upgrade your mindset. You have to. You can't, you will become a new person because of what is being asked of you. And it's not things being asked of you that, like, I've checked out network marketing gurus here and there and whatever, and then some of the things they want you to say are like, I don't want to say that. And then you feel like, because you don't want to say that, like you're going through some sort of growth thing, like, but should I be okay with saying that? Like, is there something wrong with me because I don't want to say that? No, there's not. You can word things however you want to word them. But the process that you go through in being able to bring in all of these builders, that is what your mindset is going to upgrade for. That is what is required, you guys. I remember do you remember that video where I just like bawled at you guys for like 30 seconds? Because everyone's fear came out, because I knew it was going to happen, right? Because I knew that this was going to require a different version of people than when they came into it. And I also knew that it had to be done. I knew that if we are really going to grow our businesses, because Eric Worre, he asked a bunch of different $1 million plus a year earners how many super builders they had on their team. And there was an average of 12 to 13. Okay. So you don't need that many super builders. And a super builder is defined as somebody who has signed up 10 people or more. We have people in Go for Gold that sign up more than that in 1 month. Okay. Like that's not, that like ain't no thing when it comes to our systems and things like that. But all you need are 12 or 13 people on your team that are going to run like that. Okay. But in order to get those people on your team, it's going to require a mindset of yourself to be able to allow that success to happen, which is so hard for some folks to hear, because it's like, why would I need a new version of myself to be successful? Yeah, I want to be successful. Why would I need any of that, right? But it's true. It's true. We sabotage ourselves for whatever reason. There's lots of different reasons that we sabotage ourselves. But hey, good news is Dr. Perkis is coming in to Go for Gold. Did y'all hear that? On Wednesday of next week. We just filled out the time. Like, nobody knows that except for you guys watching right now. So there's that. He's coming in Wednesday of next week to do a clearing around building your business and clearing those blocks that are blocking you from success, and even technology, and even like doing things online. So that's really cool. Anyway, I just went way sideways on you. Sorry. You're sitting there in your car like, whatever. My kids are at home.
No, it's exciting.
Okay. Good. So what is the thing that surprised you the most about your own, I'm just fidgety right now. What are the things that surprised you the most about your own growth since you've done 20 and 30? About like your own, I would even say personal development.
So I think probably the biggest lessons for me is that I'm full of excuses, and I've let a lot of them be in the way. Mm-hmm. And it's really like 100% it boils down to commitment and consistency. Yeah. Like literally, like show up, commit to doing the dang thing, and do it scared if you have to. And I have always been much more comfortable doing something that I know how to do well. And I knew, like, I spent 20 plus years around the Army flying helicopters, leading, I led a company of 87 men, no women. And I can do that really well. Leading other women, not as easily. It doesn't come to me quite so easily. Making small talk, so going through the Ford and figuring out how to, but that's what I crave. Like, I have to get out of my own way. What is missing in my life is those conversations and those relationships, and 20 and 30 forced me to do it. And I realized that actually feeds my soul. So even if I don't get a yes, even if I get a no, if I get a conversation out of it, it's more conversation with another adult than I I had yesterday. So it's actually been really amazing. And people have opened up to me about things that I never saw coming, that I would have never known about them if I hadn't reached out and started that conversation. And actually, one of the simplest way, like the way I started, was with the birthday list in Facebook. Whose birthday is it today? All right, well, you're on my list of 50 for today. Because it just gave me an opening that didn't feel awkward. But just starting conversations and talking to people that I, other than Facebook, haven't talked to in 25 years.
Yeah.
But I feel reconnected to people in a way that I didn't before, and I don't feel so alone. So even if I didn't get a yes right away or right now, I got a conversation and I got a relationship out of it. And that in each conversation got easier to have. So it's something that you have to practice, and each one of those things builds on it itself. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And that's where that consistency comes in, because you got to stick with it. Even on the hard days, you just got to show up, because when you let it slide, it's like starting over. And that's where I've been stuck for 2 years, is constantly starting over. And this was different.
Yeah. Oh man, I love that. I love all of that. I got nothing else. Let me see oh, hang on just a second. Heather said, I love you discovered this feeds your soul. Oh wow. How many things have we avoided or procrastinated about that are actually things that will feed us? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is it's growth, you guys. It's growth, period. It's growth. And even for the people that, because there's people all across the board. There are people that have signed up, over 20 people so far this month. There are people that haven't signed up anybody, and that is okay. Here's the deal. In the last year, whenever I did 20 and 30 the very first time, I signed up 45 people in 30 days. However, I have also in that year had some of those builders that hadn't signed up came to me later on in the year and then signed up. It's not everybody's time. Just because we're ready for them doesn't mean they're ready for us. And that's okay. What we do is we plant the seed, and then we let them know that we have what they need whenever they're ready. And then that's really all that it is. And then you've planted the seed. There's a reason that you only need to do 20 and 30 once a year. You could do it twice a year, 3 or 4 times a year if you want to, but technically you really only need to do it once a year. And the reason why is because you're reaping those benefits all through the year from doing that massive action of reaching out to builders. Okay. So that's another thing that I feel like needs to be sort of like prefaced. Like there needs to be that disclaimer of don't feel bad if you didn't sign up 20 builders in 30 days. That's just the name of the course. It's just and I didn't even name it, right? Like that's not even my name. But that's just so everybody is fully aware of that. And let's see. That's okay. And I don't see anything else. It's Facebook's weird and I can't see things, but cool. Any last words for people that you would and just any last words for people about 20 and 30?
If you're afraid, if you don't believe in yourself, that's where it starts. And this, even though it sounds counterintuitive, this will build your confidence in all of it, in your leadership skills, in your ability to do the business, and your ability to achieve your dreams. Even like I haven't enrolled 20 people this month yet. Still 2 days left, right?
Yeah.
But my team, out of the 14 new members this month, 7 are reactivations. So it's just and if I can convert some of those to builders over time, because I've now got them back into the oils, like those are all still wins. The people who are willing to sit down at the table and hear about the opportunity, there is no way in my mind that they will not eventually come back to it. If they're willing to hear it, they already know they need it. It may not be their time to pull the trigger, but they're coming. And so it enables you to build your confidence. It forces you to get out of your comfort zone, do something scared, do it hard and flat out for 30 days. And I'll be honest, I let some things this month get in my way. And so I know that part of my potential wasn't peaked simply because I did let some excuses crop up. But I still did way more this month than I have in the last 6 months combined. And so doing this exercise just got me out of my comfort zone, made me think about things in a different way. So just taking that chance and seeing what you can do with it, just, take the advice, put it into practice one step at a time and go with it. You may find that you do it a little bit differently, because I think we all will. And so yours might be, I'm going to do 20 in 60 days. Whatever it turns into for you, it's taking an action that you weren't taking before.
Yes.
And you'll see a difference because you're out of your comfort zone and you're adapting to the changing of the environment.
Yes. Yes. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? I mean, you spend $37 on something. I accidentally spend $37 at least once a week at Target. I'm not kidding. Like I get in the Target black hole and I don't even know where I am and I pick up things, I end up with the weirdest stuff at Target. But I'm saying you spend $37 and you're going to grow as a leader. You're going to gain confidence in yourself. Your team is going to look at you differently, and you're going to likely bring on builders as well.
Heck, you enroll one person, you've made up the fee.
Already on top. Yeah, you're already at the icing on the cake.
You get one in 30 days and you've made back all your money.
Yes. And you have skills to move forward.
It's already more than 100% return on investment.
Boom. Boom. And Susan Burt, if she were on right now, she would say, and that is a business expense. That is what she's always said. She is a good one for that. She's always like, and it's a business expense. And you darn right it is. Write it off. Okay. Well, y'all, we're going to go ahead and pop off of here. I am heading over to YouTube now. So I will be over there answering one of the questions that was in that big long thread in that group the other day. I can't remember what question it is, but I'm going to find out whenever we're here. Heading over there now. Thank you so much, Sherri. I appreciate you coming on here and talking about this and taking your time away from your family and such. It's so nice.
No, thank you. You do all of this for all of us, and you don't have to.
Oh,
you're not my team. You're not my upline. I've been in this longer than you have, and you make this available to everybody, and that's amazing. So thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I love it. Well, everybody have an awesome night, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.